Hey guys, right here in the power shed. It's a beautiful sunny cold day out, so I wanted to come out and check on the Hawke's Bay. It's in and running, as you can see and hear behind me. All the fans are on. It's running flat out at 80 amps. The current limit is 80 amps in the device, and it is actually showing 75, but it's actually limiting at 80. I'm watching the Snyder inverter here, and it's showing a solid 80 amps to the grid. 80 amps out of the battery selling to the grid. So we'll bring you around and we'll show you. So the Snyder inverter here, see if I can get you a view that doesn't have glare. There we go. I think you might be able to read that. It's showing 79, 80 amps out of the battery into the grid, showing 3.8 to 4 kW into the grid. And the Hawke's Bay is showing 256 volts, battery at 54, current at 75. It's actually current limiting right now at 75 on the display. I'm presuming it's 80 internally because the Snyders are doing 80. It's just barely warm to the touch, and you can hear the fans running. Those are basically on high because this is right at its limit of 80 amps. So we do have some wiring issues on our end. Basically right now you'll see it's all open. We're going to be running some number 2 cables down. We're actually using number 6 across into our breaker box right now. So we're running 80 amps through number 6 wire. So it's got a little bit of temperature rise, not bad. We will get that fixed later this afternoon, but we're going to let it run flat out all day, and we will deal with that later. The new firmware we have here in this device actually has Bluetooth activated, and we're able to actually update the firmware in this from our cell phone. So the engineering department can send me a file. I can connect to this Bluetooth and send the file right to this and update the firmware. That's pretty elegant. We also have our comm box hooked up to it. It's a little funny looking because I don't have it in a chassis, but there's our comms box. It has the Ethernet going to it, it has the CAN bus going to it, and because we have a older Hawke's Bay power board, it doesn't actually have enough power on the power supply to power over a CAN bus the comm box. So this one is plugged in. But there's the display of it. So yeah, the future boards for the Hawke's Bay will power the comm box directly off the CAN bus, so you don't have to have it plugged in. So it's pretty cool. Why don't we go in and check out the web page? I'll show you what this looks like on the web page so far. You'll notice there's still some stuff that's not happening on the display. The engineers are working on all of this. There's no wattage being displayed, or of course kilowatt hours, because there's no watts, there's no kilowatt hours. But it is recording low and high battery voltage. It's doing everything it needs to do. The battery temperature sensor is now reading on the display. It's just not actually compensating yet. That's soon to come. But yeah, it's an interesting project on the engineering side, because typically in the past, like on the Classic or the Kid, it's been one engineer doing everything. And on this product, because this MNGP2, MidNite calls it, controls the whole system. It'll talk to the inverter, it'll talk to your charge controllers, everything. There's a lot going on in here. So there's one engineer doing this, another engineer doing, charge controllers, if you will. So it's taking them a little bit to get everything connected, but they're pushing new firmware pretty regularly, and I suspect that we'll have all this stuff on the display working really soon. But we just wanted to bring you out and show you the unit running at 80 amps and how it's doing. We're running a pretty low voltage right now. We have to do some rewiring. I'm trying to remember. We have strings of 4, so we have, let me rephrase that. The 2 arrays that are on the roof are wired. Well, it's one big array. It's wired for 6 strings of 4 modules per string. And then it comes down into this box right now is 3 strings of 4 in series and another 3 strings of 4 in series. So we've just put those 2 arrays in series, which is giving us 8 modules in series right now for about 260 volts. We will get up on the roof here now that we've got this back, and we can update the firmware in it, and we'll rewire for 2 strings of 12. So we'll get that voltage up even higher. So let's go in and take a look at the web page. I'll show you what that looks like so far, give you some previews of what's coming on that, and we'll go from there. Hold on a minute while we get you spun around without causing you too much dizziness. And as you can see, beautiful day out. It's about 25 degrees Fahrenheit, perfectly sunny. We'll see if we can get you a shot of the array. So there's 24 300 watt modules up there connected to that. So let's go on in, let's check out the web page, give you a tour of that. I don't have any video capture software yet for my computer, so we're going to actually use the GoPro to record the computer screen. Hopefully it works out all right. Let's get inside and we'll bring you back when we do. Alright, so we've got you back in here now in front of the computer screen, and hopefully you're seeing that alright. We're going to have to get some video capture software for the computer here at some point so we can do web pages, but you'll see right now the engineers that are working on this have the battery voltage being graphed, the current being graphed, some graphs going on down bottom here, and then if you scroll down right now they have the ability to change settings on the device here on the COM box. And then we'll give you a little bit of a tour. We're not sure exactly how this is going to lay out yet, but this is I think what we're looking at for the main page. These numbers of course are not real yet, they haven't connected internally. Something to the effect of that, and then you'll go over here and you click on your devices, find your, in our case the only thing connected is a charge controller. So we'll connect that, and then it populates back up here on the main screen. So still a work in progress, guys, but they're making progress. It's kind of cool to see it all working and all coming together. So any questions, any thoughts, leave them down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.